This is a tutorial video on Microsoft Teams for the teachers at Amity International School. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to a browser. Now the browser can be Safari or Firefox or Google Chrome, it doesn't really matter which one, and you're going to go to google.com. In the search you're going to type teams.microsoft.com, and once you've typed that in you hit enter and it'll give you a list of different websites. Now obviously we're going to go to the first one, Microsoft Teams, and you click onto that site. Now once you click onto that site it'll take you to the main login page. This is the main login page. Now because you're part of Amity International School you have a Microsoft 365 account and you should be able to log in. So we click the sign in button, and when you click the sign in button it'll take you to the sign in page. Now as you can see I already have an account, so I would click on my account. For you, you put in your school email account in here to log in, right? Then you click next, and then you're going to put your password in. Again, mine's already in there, but you're going to enter your password for your school email account. Then you click sign in. And once you click sign in, it'll say, do you want to stay signed in, yes or no? Well, I'm going to put yes, we'll leave that there. Then we go to this page, and this page is an important page, this first page. It's going to say, do you have the app on your desktop or are you going to be running through your browser? Now, I suggest the best way for you to do it is to download the app. Now, you can do that on a Mac or on a PC. You download the app and you put the app on your computer. And once you've got the app on your computer, it's a much more stable program. It works better, it has more functions, it has more things that you can do. So click the download app button and then I'll show you how the app works. Just before we get on to the desktop version of the app, if you you're still in your web browser, now in this situation I'm logged in into Chrome and I'm in my Microsoft Teams in Chrome. If you're in this web version and you would like to still get the desktop app and you didn't get asked that question at the start, you can go down to the bottom left hand corner down here, and that button there is download the desktop app. So if you missed it the first time and you still want to download the desktop app, you can go down to this button in the bottom left hand corner. So the next step that I would like you to do is download the desktop app, install it and get it ready for your computer, and we'll continue from there. So now you've downloaded the Teams app onto your computer and installed it. I'm using a Mac, so I'm just going to show you how this works. So I go to the app and I start the Teams app up straight away. And it'll start up, and you need to have an internet connection to do this. Now once you're in Teams, on the left hand side of the screen there are several different buttons down here, and these are the main buttons that you're going to be using. And the most important one for you is the Teams button. Okay, for the teachers, you go over to the top right hand corner where it says join or create a team, and you click create a team. So here you can create a new team for your class. You click the purple button, just create a team. Now, the team could be for a class, it could be for professional development, it might be for staff, or it could be for something else. We're going to click one for creating a class. Now, you type in the name of your class. So for this example, I'm going to put primary computers, and you can type in some sort of a description as well below. So I might put Mr. Nick's primary computer class, something like that. Then you click the next button, and what happens is this creates your first team that you can add students to or add other teachers to. It builds the first team for you to get into. Now once this is done, it takes a minute or so for it to create. Once this is done, it'll give you the option to add students. At this stage I'm just going to skip over adding these students and take you so that you can see the actual team that's been created. So just click the skip button and here we are. Okay, now that you have your team created, you'll see that there's lots of different navigation buttons at the top of the page. There's some settings over in the top right hand corner that you can click on and go down and have a look at those. And when you look at those you'll see the lots of different things that you can do there. But you might say, well, how do I add students to my class? So next to that settings button is a tiny little round circle with an exclamation mark on it, and you can click on that and then you'll see halfway down on the right hand side members of the class. And if you go over to the right and click on that button, it takes you back to the screen where you can add students to your class. So you might add them by name or you might add them by their student code. The Upload Class Materials button is the same as the Files button at the top of the navigation screen. So you could either click the Files or the Upload Class Materials. There's also a button there for help, which gives you lots of information where you could go on and it'll tell you how to do things. You know, a lot of the frequently asked questions that teachers have. How do I set up my class? How do I do this? How do I do that? A lot of the help is provided inside Teams, so you can have a look at that. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back to the main screen. I'm going to make a little comment down the bottom so the students essentially could see this first comment. Welcome to primary computer class, the primary computer class. And I could post that comment just by hitting enter. That'll come to the top of the screen, and that could be the first little bit of information that I have the students see. And you can see at the top of the screen, there it is. Okay, now we're going to go through Teams and have a look at a few of the other areas like the calendar and adding more information. Okay, the next section of video that's coming up is actually designed for students, but it's worthwhile the teachers having an understanding of how the students will approach the program. Now you can see I'm a member of several different teams here. I've got a COVID-19 team for teachers and we've got some staff ones, but the one that's important to you is your class team. So here we've got the laser class. So you could go into your class team, and then when you click on your class team, this will give you all of the information that's been going on in your class. It'll tell you conversations that people have had with each other, writing back and forward. If there are files to be collected, then the files will be in this file tab and you could download it there. There's a class notebook, there are assignments, and you could do grades. Now at this stage I'm not sure if the teachers are using grades yet, but you could have grades put in there at a later date. At this stage the most important one for you is posts and files. Those two are very important for you. So the posts you can read what's the latest bit of information that you need, and files are where you actually get your classwork from, your class material from, right? And if you click on these, they can open up and you'll see what you have to do. This one's a maths video. So I'm just going to go back to posts here. So that's the first thing. Now, on these tabs on the left-hand side, they all do lots of different things. So one of them is the activities tab, which can show you what activities have been going on and who's been online and who's been talking with you. One of them is the chat activity, where you might choose one person in particular and you can click on that person and you might have a chat conversation with them. Then there's the one we talked about a moment ago, the Teams one, which shows your laser class. And remember, you can always click the back arrow to go back to see all of the teams that you're a member of. Okay, so that's the Teams one. And then we can go to assignments to see what's been assigned to you and what things that you need to do. And you would choose which class. So in this one, I've got the computer science class or the laser class, and it's going to show my assignments. So I could click on the laser class assignments, and then I would click next, and it'll tell me what assignments have been there. Now at this stage, there's none in there, but you will have them in the future. Now the calendar one is a very important one as well, and the calendar one will show you different events that are coming up, and it'll invite you to have a video meeting. So quite often you'll be sent a message saying that you have a meeting on video, and it'll come into your calendar and you can click on it in your calendar and you can join that meeting. Your teacher will set up calendar meetings for you by clicking new meeting, and then you'll be able to go on to that. Calls will show who you have called, who you have spoken to, and who you can call and who you can talk to. And files will be where files are being stored, where you've either uploaded or you've put something on there, or you might want to download something as well. So you could click on the file and click download, and you'll see how that works. We're going to go through each of these tabs very quickly and show you them, but remember, the tabs on the left-hand side, that's how you navigate your way around, and the Teams tab is the most important one for you at this stage. Now we're going to talk about the Teams app. We're going to just have a look at this one tab first, the Teams tab. And what I've done is I've gone into my Teams. Remember I said I've got lots of different teams. I've gone into the laser class and I'm in the posts section. And this is the main section that you're going to have a look at. Now I can go back and look through the posts, and I can see that if I go right to the very top, Mr. Max has set up this and he's invited all of the different students into this class. So you should already be invited in this class. If you're watching this video, you're already invited. Okay, and then some people look like they've already started to add some comments in here and some posts in here. Now, you can do that in two ways. You can start a new conversation and type what you would like to type in here. So I might click in here and I might say, welcome to Teams Year 6 Lasers. And I hit enter. And then right down the very bottom, you'll see Nicholas May, that's me, Mr. Nick, and I've started a conversation down the bottom here. It's got my little icon here, and it's got what I've written in here so far. Okay, if I hold my mouse over it, a little bit of information about me and my email address. So that's really good. So that's how I can post some information if I like. But you don't always want to start a new conversation. You might want to talk to other people. So if we go and have a look, some people have started some things in here. Let's have a look. And Valentina has written, hi, Mr. Max. So Mr. Max might write back, and she's put a smiley face. Let's just keep going down, have a look. And this one says, hello, I'm here. Well, maybe I could reply to that. So I could click on the reply button, and I could write, hello, I'm here too. And if I hit enter, that will go just into that conversation. So you can see there's the start of the conversation, and then I've replied in that conversation to say that I'm there too. Okay, there's a few other things that we could do. Here's another one here that just says hello. Now, if you click in the reply button and you only want to reply just to this one person, you could write at, and then all of these different options come up of who you can reply to. So if I write at AF, oops, I'll go back and do that again, at AF, you can see now just this person's come up, so I can click that. So this will go only to that person. It won't go to anyone else, it'll just go to that person. Hello. And then I hit enter, and it will have posted my hello just to that person. Now, if I want it to go to everyone, in the same reply button, I could write at general. And now at general comes up and I hit general, and this will go to every single person who's part of this team. This is a video I am making for Year 6 teams. Hello, everyone. Okay, so now if I hit enter, that comment, this is a video I'm making for Year 6 teams, hello everyone, that will go to every single person in the teams group. So this is the post section. If you want to post a conversation, if you want to chat with your teacher or with your friends or whoever you're doing, this is where you will do it. And this is the main section that you're going to be using fairly regularly. If a teacher posts information on here, they'll post it as a general post to everyone, and then you'll find out that it's there. So that's the post tab at the top. Okay, I just want to show you one more thing while we're working on the posts, because I think this is really interesting. I've just posted, this is a video I'm making for Year 6 hello everyone, and straight away Imogen reacted to my post and she gave me a thumbs up over here. So you don't always have to write words back. Sometimes you could just give a thumbs up or an angry face or a happy or whatever it is you want. You could use an icon. So she's just done that straight away. So she must be online with her teams online. So that's really great. And that's one way that you can show your teacher or whoever you're talking to that you have seen their message. So I think that's a really good thing as well. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is the Files tab. So we're going to click on this Files tab over here, and this is where teachers will often put work for you to do. So in the conversation in posts, they'll say, I have posted a sheet for you to work on Teams. This is where that sheet will be. And you need to go into here and you can click on that sheet, or you can download that sheet and then use it on your own local machine. Now, if you want to upload something, you can click the upload button, and when you do that, it'll select you need to select which file you want to upload. So I might say I want to upload all of the classes for this year, and I hit open, and then that would upload that onto there. So this is how you can find the files that your teachers or your friends put online, and you can upload your own work or you can download your work there. There's also a class notebook over here where once it's set up, it hasn't been set up yet, we can set up a OneNote class notebook where you can put your work online there as well. And in fact, if your teacher is setting it up, this is not for you to do, but this is for your teacher to set it up, they could click on the plus button and they could add something from any one of these different applications. There are lots of different applications and they might have some really great fun activities for you to do. There might be PDFs they want you to work on, or OneNote files they want you to work on, or PowerPoint that they want you to work on. So they might add a new tab up the top by clicking the plus button. So you might see lots of different extra tabs come along in here. One of the other things that they might do in the Teams tab is they might make folders. So at the moment we've got a general section in here, but the teacher might come along and they might add more folders in here. They could add a channel, they could add other things to your folders. So sometimes you might not just see general here, you might see general and then it'll have 2 or 3 different things under there as well. One of them might be mathematics, or one of them might be literacy or English or Arabic or computers or something else. So you might have like folders inside of folders. So that's something else to look out for. So on the Teams tab, we're concentrating on posts, we're concentrating on files, and we're looking for extra tabs here or other tabs here. And if you need to use one of these other tabs, your teacher or whoever's setting up your team will let you know about it, okay? So they'll let you know. And it's a good way to communicate with your friends. I did notice in here somewhere, someone had asked some questions and a few friends had replied to help out. And I thought that was really good. So let's see if I can see this one here. This one has 7 replies. So this person has asked a question, and if you view the replies, you can see 7 different people have had a conversation. And that's really good, because if you don't know what's going on, and you try to contact your teacher and your teacher's not available or doesn't email you back straight away, you could contact someone else in the class and see who's online and see if they can contact you back straight away. So that's a really important one, that Teams one. Okay, so now you've got a little bit of an understanding about the posts and how they work. What happens if you want to make your own post and you want to make it a little bit more interesting than just welcome to my 2 Teams Year 6 laser? I mean, that's pretty boring. We want to make it a bit more interesting than that. So you want to do a good post. So we could go down the bottom here to where we normally would create a new post. And this time we could click on the A and we can do all of the normal formatting that you would do in something like Word or Docs, right? So we could have bold, italic, underline, put a stroke through it. You can have a subject, you can put a title, you can put whatever extra things you want in here. So it doesn't just look like a boring line of typing like mine. You might decide to attach a file, and so you could upload a file. You might want to add a smiley face, or you might want to add a GIF. Now, you guys know that I'm the computer teacher and I help out students and teachers with computers. So I'm going to add a subject and I'm going to call this computer support. And then in my main section, I'm going to write, I am making a video to help all students use Teams. Okay, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. That's the video I'm making. Now, I'm going to put all students, I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to make it bold and italic and underlined so that you can see. So you can see that formatting. Now, as the computer teacher, I also want to attach something. So I'm going to click on the attach file. I'm going to either have it already uploaded on Teams or I'm going to upload from my computer. So in this situation, I'm going to click upload from my computer and I'm going to choose this Scratch Junior PDF, which I did with the year 1s and 2s. It's just an example. So I might hit open on there and it'll say, where do you want to upload it? And I could say to general or to class material. So I might say class material, and then I can say upload file, and it'll upload that file. And you will see down the bottom, a green line will shoot across the bottom to show that your file has uploaded. Now, I'm also the computer teacher, so I want it to be something that's a bit fun as well. So I might decide to add a GIF. So I can click on here, and lots of little animated images come up. Now, I want to add something to do with computers, so I'm going to write computers. And one of the questions that I get asked every day is, oh, my computer's not working. How do I fix it? How do I fix it? How do I fix it? And my answer is often, have you tried turning it off and on? Have you restarted it? So in this situation, I'm going to click on this little GIF here, and it says, hello IT, have you tried turning it off and on again? Because sometimes just turning your computer on and off is a great way to solve some of your problems. So I'm going to add that little GIF. Now, if I wanted to add some video, I could add a video. You can try all of these different tabs along the bottom and add things to your presentation. So that's one way that you can make your presentation a little bit better than you would before. When you're finished, you hit the, looks like a paper aeroplane over here, and that'll send that file over here. And now on the posts file, instead of just having words like this, now you've got something a little bit more interesting. It's got computer support, I am making a video to help, and I've made it stylized, I've added a video, and I've added the file. So now you can see that your posts are more than just a few lines of writing. So we've had a look at the Teams tab, and we've gone through the posts and we've gone through files. So let's have a look at the calendar tab. So if we go down on the left hand side and we click on calendar, and the calendar will be a calendar of the week, right? And you can change it from week to month and so on and so forth. But week's the best way to do it, okay? So here's my calendar for the week. I've got a few meetings in there and a few things, you know, that I might have to do on Teams that I've put into this calendar. Now, your teachers will create a new meeting. So they might say, all right, on Thursday, we're going to have a meeting at this time here, and they click on there, and that's 10:30, and let's say the meeting's going to go for an hour and a half. So we'll say it goes till 12 o'clock, and they might add a title. It could be Year 6 Teams Tutorial Meeting. So we've got a title in there, and then they would attach who's going to go to it. Now, the teacher will do this. You don't need to do this. This is just so that you know how it works, okay? So then in here, I might put in Mr. Max here. So I'm going to choose him as one of my teachers. And I'm going to write a description out down here. I'm just going to write not a real meeting, full stop. This is just for the video. So that he knows it's not a real meeting, it's just a test in this situation. Now, he will probably come along and click here to add channel, and he would add the whole laser class there. And that way you will all be invited to join this meeting. So once the meeting's been set up, then he will click send, and I'm going to do that in this situation. And you'll see on the calendar, then that meeting comes in. Okay, so that's where the meeting is. Now, you'll receive an email, and that email will say, you have a meeting for this time, do you want to accept? And you need to click accept to go to that meeting. Then when the time comes, you'll get a little reminder telling you you've got a meeting shortly, and you can go to the meeting. You click on the meeting, and then you'll click join. And once you join, the video for your camera will start. There I am, hello. So I'm setting up my video right now. So I can either click join the meeting, or I could turn my video off. I could turn my microphone off if I've been asked to mute the conversation. Just so you guys can see, I'm just going to leave the video on for a second so you can see what I'm doing. And I would click join now. So I join that meeting, and it's like a Zoom call. It's like a video chat. So here we are, where I'm in my house in Italy, and I'm doing my conversation on here. When other people join, other pictures will come up on the screen. I'll just turn my video off. Other screens will come up, and there'll be 4 or 5 or 10 or 9 other people here on the screen, and you'll be able to see everyone else in that conversation. So that's going to be your live teaching lessons. And at the moment, it's waiting for others to join, and as other people join, then they would join into that meeting. I'm just going to hang this up now. Okay, how was my call? It was great. Okay, so that's how the calendar works, and that's how you join a live chat meeting. You'll be invited to it. You have to accept the invitation. Then you can click on it at the right time. You'll be reminded to. You can click on it, and you can click join, and you'll join into that video conversation. And it is like Zoom, or it's like one of those other video chat programs that you might have used, even like Skype, or there's one called Blue Jeans. It's the same sort of thing. It's online video chatting with your whole group. So that's what we're going to use our calendar for. That's how you're going to use it. Now, in theory, you could make your own meeting and invite 2 or 3 of your friends, and you could meet and talk about what you're doing at school, or if you need to discuss, if you're working in groups and you need to discuss things, and you could create your own meeting. It's just a matter of clicking on the time slot where you think you're available, or clicking the plus new meeting up on the top right hand corner. Okay, now I want to show you some of the features when you're in your video chat, because I know a lot of people like the features and they like to do different things inside the video chat. So I'm just going to click join as if I'm joining that same meeting again. I'm going to turn my video on so that you can see me. There I am, I'm sitting in my meeting. I'll click join and I'm ready to go. I'm waiting for other people to join the meeting. Okay, so now a couple of features we could use are down here along this bar down the bottom, and they're quite good features. So one of them is show conversation. So over here, while I'm talking on the video, I could also be writing some notes over here. This is a lesson on Teams. And you can see this comes up as part of the chat conversation over here. And someone else might come along and say, yeah, I like that. Let's give that a thumbs up. And I might get 10 thumbs up about this chat, this conversation we're having. So that's one thing. You can have the chat on as well as seeing the person's face, right? Now, one of the most important things for teachers is that you know how to mute your speaker. So you need to know that you can click this button and then you're muted. So if mum and dad are in the background, or your brother or sister are in the background making noise, you can mute your conversation. You can mute your speaker by clicking that. I'm going to unmute it again so that we can keep going. Okay, the next thing is you could go along and share your screen. So if you've got something on your computer that you really want other people to see, you could click share screen and you'll share the screen of your computer. Now, my screen's just got not much going on in the background here, so I'm not going to share my screen right now at the moment, but you could share your screen. The other thing you could do is go to this more actions and click on these dots, and you could go to show background effects. And this main screen will turn off just for a moment. Let's stay on, and we've got over here some different backgrounds. So I might want my background blurred. So if I click on blur and then preview, oh, you can see my screen turned off now, but my preview down here, you can see the background behind me is blurred. So if you don't want anyone seeing your bedroom or your house or where you are, you can make that background blurred. You might decide that you want to be in a beautiful white house. And there I am. It's cut my head off a little bit here, but there I am in a white house. I might be at a birthday party. So here we go. I've got a birthday party background, but really I'm probably going to be more likely playing Minecraft. So I'm going to click Minecraft. There we go. Now I've got a Minecraft background. And if I want to apply that to my video, I can click apply and turn on video. And when I do that, my video will come back, and there we go, I'm in Minecraft. Now it does cut off a little bit of my head because the computer tries to work out the shape of your head and where you are, and if you had a completely blank background or a completely green background, like a green screen, this would work really well. But, you know, in this situation, I haven't. I'm in a house, and so I've just got my normal house background, and there we go. Right, so there are lots of little features down here that you could use. You can see who else is in the room with you at the same time. You can chat in the conversation, we talked about that. Or you can put your hand up, and that says, I'm putting my hand up, I'm waiting to be answered. So if the teacher says, okay, turn your microphones off, and then put your hand up if you want to say something or add to the conversation, you can click on there to put your hand up. So there's some of the settings for your video settings. Probably the most important one for you is the mute your microphone, share your screen, and again, turn your video on and off again. Okay, so now we're back to our main screen. Now, there are other ones on here, and activities will sometimes give you alerts when someone has contacted you and said to you, you know, we want you to contact us back and those sorts of things. So activities is not a bad one. But at the moment, what I really want you to focus on is this Teams one and the calendar one, and then we can have our video conversations. What I am going to do is I'm going to stay a part of your class team, of your laser class team, and if you have any questions, you can write me a post on Teams, and that way you're actually using the program and you're getting to learn how to use it. And I have Teams on my computer, so I'll be able to answer you and help you out. So if you have a question about how to use Teams or something that you'd like to do with Teams, uploading a file or adding something else, you can contact me via Teams. Start a new conversation, write what you want to write, send it to me, Nicholas May, Mr. Nick, and I will write back to you on Teams. Any questions at all about Teams, I'll help you out with that. So good luck, try the program, start chatting with your friends, and talk with your teachers online.